Alrighty, everybody. Hi, I'm standing here before you today, not as me, but as a wanderer. Today we'll be looking at the money issue inside of collegiate athletics, whereas I think that they should be paid, but not a lot, maybe like $30,000 above their school's cost. Today we'll be looking at why the NCAA says they're a nonprofit organization, but they're really not. Cheap labor and the Fair Pay to Play Act. The NCAA says they're a nonprofit organization, so if you don't mind, I think I'm going to throw a lot of numbers at you right now. According to procon.org, the NCAA makes $1.06 billion between basketball and football every single year. Now, this means all the teams mostly combined, all your powerhouse top 25 teams make $1.06 billion. Mark Emmert, the president of NCAA, makes $2.7 million a year. One other executive makes $1.3 million, and 8 others make $500,000. Now going on to football, most of you guys know the powerhouse in Alabama football. Head coach Nick Saban, $9.3 million a year. 81 other coaches, $1 million a year. And that leaves 29 others with $500,000. That is $105 million on 101 different coaches. Now on to basketball. Most of you guys know the blue team. University of Kentucky, Coach John Calipari makes $8.2 million. Other coaches, 72 other coaches, make $1 million. That totals over $80 million in 73 coaches. Now, we're going to do some math. Stay with me here. Take the $1.06 billion, take away $8 million, take away $105 million for the football coaches, take away $80 million for the basketball coaches, we end up with $867 million. You're telling me $867 million is nonprofit? So why can't we pay players? Just a tad bit. Alrighty, now we're going to go to cheap labor. According to, hold up. Okay, Division I, Division II, Division III. Today we're mostly been talking about Division I. This is a breakdown for all the divisions, how many players are in each division. Division I has 36% of players into it. And according to collegesportsmadness.org, 67 of those 36 Division I players have all suffered some sort of head injury in their college days. The health insurance is required by NCAA, but NCAA does not pay anything towards this health insurance. All right, John Solomon, he is a professor at Aspen Institute, and he looked into the University of North Carolina. He said, University of North Carolina was founded by outside parties and created fake classes to help players be eligible for college athletics. When they looked farther into this thing, they found out the University of North Carolina had 3,100 students that were taking fake classes, with 47.4 of them being current athletes. Now, the NCAA denied all claims of this, and the University of North Carolina is now suing John Solomon for looking into their college, which is a private business. They said they have no business looking into the college's classes, but only the college's sports. Now, let's take it right back to football. Quarterbacks are valued at $1.5 million. Wide receivers at $1.3 million. And they don't get to touch any of this, guys. Come on now. All right. Every single basketball player in the starting five is averaged around $800,000. This includes their name and likeliness, so their brand, how many jerseys they sell, and how many tickets they sell just on their name. Texas football, one of the biggest football universities in the nation. 85% of their players live in poverty. Hold up. I don't know, that one's wrong. All right, most of them still owe five grand in tuition, but most of them, 25% of them claim food poverty. Another 14% claim homelessness. Okay, Fair Pay to Play Act. This act was Senate Bill 206, passed by the ringer, Nancy Skinner. She was the governor of California, so it's California versus NCAA. This act is where college athletes can be paid for they can be signed to brands, they can be signed to Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. They can hire legal agents that cover professional athletes and just help them get drafted and everything. So they don't get paid by the colleges, but they get paid by the brand and the advertising they do, because NCAA still restricts that. And the NCAA was supposed to have a hearing on January of 2021, but held it due to COVID crisis. All right. The NCAA did state, though, they were subject to change because they still want to continue to have the sport of their current student athletes. All right, today we went over the nonprofit organization of the NCAA, the cheap labor, and the Fair Pay to Play Act. Clap, hoes.